All right, now that we are finally finished with all the craziness from the new updates, we can finally get back to our regularly scheduled program. We got to finish our tier list. Now we are at the small forward tier list. Have a link down below in the description box. If you missed the shooting guard tier list or point guard tier list, check those out as well. First one we got is Andrew Wiggins. I think he's pretty decent early on for lower ranks. His three-point shooting is okay, and he has dunking ability, so you have the option to kind of drive or pull up a three. But overall, he definitely loses his power when you get into those higher ranks. Putting him in the B, but early on, you can get away with using him as a new player. Next one we got is RJ Barrett, and it's kind of the same concept where you can use him early game as a new player in those lower ranks, but he really falls off. I personally think Andrew Wiggins is a little bit better than him though, so I will put Wiggins above him in the B list. Next one we got is Keldon Johnson, one of the weaker small forwards. I'm gonna go ahead and putting him in the C, and then the same thing with Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris is awful in this game. I'm going ahead, I'm also putting him in the C. In fact, I would choose Keldon Johnson over Tobias Harris. Next, we're getting to the top of the tier list. We got the newly buffed up Jayson Tatum, which without saying much, you already know he is super duper S tier. Very strong now that he got a buff to his three-point shooting, and he also has some new skills as well. Next one we got is Jimmy Butler. Now, I think Jimmy Butler is an S. However, I'm putting him in the A because he is very difficult to play. There's a lot of people who think he isn't that good, and I actually think he's amazing in this game. The problem is understanding his play style and understanding how the stamina system works, because a lot of his exclusive and his dominance and stuff has to do with his stamina use and reducing his stamina, increasing his stamina for different moves and things like that. So I think if you can learn to play him and learn the play style, you can definitely dominate with him. I've seen some really good Jimmy Butler players. They absolutely take over the game. But again, if you don't know how to really utilize him, you're going to think he sucks, but trust me, he doesn't. Next one we got is the rookie LeBron James. Now early on, I think this is an amazing player. However, I think he falls off a lot, and I'm not even going to put him in the A because for me, I think all he really brings to the table is his decent quickness. For a rare, he's not bad. And his dunking ability, his shooting is really bad. I mean, it's god awful. It's way below average. The mid-range is horrible. Really, all you can do with him is drive and dunk. Once you get into those higher ranks with people who are really utilizing bigs who have very strong blocking abilities, kind of makes it a bit tough for you to really drive into an open lane. Early on, you can get away with him, but I think for me, he's a B+. I definitely think he's better than the others. You could even give him an A-. Next one we got is the prime LeBron James. I'm going ahead, I'm putting him in the S. Super duper strong for dunking. His mid-range and three-pointer, they do get a little bit better from his rookie version, but they are still a little bit underperforming. But it's really his exclusive and his dominance that really bring a huge bonus to the table, increasing your team's final field goal percentage. But all his attributes are gaining an extra 10%. Team's movement speed is increased. So that alone is just so valuable because you go ahead and you buff up your entire team's stats. Next one we got is the prime Kevin Durant. Now this is my personal pick that I definitely want. If I had money to spend on his prime collection, I probably would go ahead and spend the $900 if I had a bunch of money extra. But I think he's just super duper strong with his shooting. We got that mid-range. We got a three-pointer. Dunking ability is slightly above average dribbling, but just overall, he's really good for just kind of getting into those mid-range shots. He pretty much has, I think, almost all of the different types of shooting moves for like doing different styles of like a floater. He's got the tomahawk dunk, a Euro step. He's got the putback dunk. I mean, he literally has like all the moves and skills that are super strong offensively that you really want to look for. The hook shot, you've got fadeaway shots, tough finishers. Next one we have is going to be Kawhi Leonard, another one that I think is absolutely insanely amazing. He's like the legendary version of Paul George. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put him in the S as well. Really insane defensively. I mean, his defensive stat, his steal ability, his mid-range is pretty decent. Really not gonna be successful shooting threes with him. His dunking is okay, but really love the ability on defense. Next one we got is DeMar DeRozan. This one we're gonna go ahead and I'm putting him in the A. Close to being better than Jimmy Butler because he's a little bit easier to play. His drive and thrive is pretty decent. Size advantage is not bad, but he's mostly just going to be dunking, but he also has that mid-range. So where a lot of players typically are only good for like shooting or they're only good for driving, with DeMar DeRozan, you kind of get the best of both worlds because you're really good at shooting a mid-range, but you can also drive and dunk as well. So I think that's extremely, extremely valuable in this game because it gives you more options instead of just feeling like you're a one-trick pony. Next one we got is Brandon Ingram, another one who I'm going ahead and putting in the A. I think he's another one who's really, really strong with his pinpoint accuracy and launch sequence. Another one who can really just shoot the lights out of the ball with his mid-range. 3-point range is, you know, it's okay, but that mid-range is nice. A little bit of dunking, not the greatest on defense. And then our final one we got is going to be the rookie KD. I think the rookie KD is actually better than the rookie LeBron James. If we take a look really quick, he's got playmaker and the grim game, but he's really strong for mid-range and three-pointer. I mean, they're practically almost the same stats. This is a rank 1. Once you do go ahead and rank him up to max, which is fairly easy to do because he is a blue rare, his mid-range and three-pointer becomes pretty strong for just being a rare. He also has a little bit of a dunking ability too. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm putting him in like the A-, the B+. So you could put him at the back of the A or you could put him at the front of the B. I'm gonna put him at the back of the A. That is it. That is my personal tier list for the small forwards. Hope you guys and girls enjoyed the video. Stay happy, stay safe. I hope you're having an amazing weekend. Peace.